options. Say less, say less. Stop the room when you walking. You let your hips do the talking. You leaving me with no options. Say less, say less, say less.
The Florida humidity certain to be a factor in this one. There's no other way to say it, really. It is hot. It is humid here at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Two-one-loss team set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, here we go.
Now a run. Here's the rookie from Penn State. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Right back to him on first down. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The Buccaneers had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
You look at this Niner defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And for all the routes to keep an eye on in this one, they've got to find a way to take away the crossing routes. Those are the ones that when a receiver catches it on the run, those can really hurt a defense.
He finds his target. It's Evans. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And now a decision here on the opening drive. 4th and very short, this part of the field. What do you think they do, CD?
I think you go for it. I think there's a lot of game left to be played. I like the advantage that they're trying to create here early. I say be aggressive and try and get it done.
They'll try and run for it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And he's dropped right at the 40, gain of 3. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Now before this 2nd down play. Whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2nd and 7. Here's Milton now to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
Here's Milton. this is caught inside the 5. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are on the board first here this afternoon. Now Cade York for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a mistake, a surprising mistake there in the kicking game. He sends that one out of bounds. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll set up to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Throwing here, Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Out of the gun, Purdy. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Back to the ground attack here is McCaffrey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. To throw is Milton. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
To throw, it's Milton. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. The throw out wide going to be incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for, but it'll be second down. When you look at this defense, they've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
Purdy from the gun on third down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Milton shoves him aside. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And now third down and 6 to go. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Milton. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. So on fourth down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught. Oh, shifts past him. He's to the 15. The fake punt works to absolute perfection. And the Bucs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And when they fake it, Maybe they're not looking for a touchdown here, probably just a first down. They got a little more than they bargained for.
Exactly right, because that's all you're aiming for. Pick up the first down, get your offense back on the field. Instead, the offense doesn't have to worry about it because they got 6 on that play.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Purdy looking to throw. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Shotgun now with Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for the Niners. 52 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Purdy now to throw. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brandon Ayuk from 4 yards out. And the Niners have cut it back within a score. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing is Milton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
This pass complete to Melton. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw again. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Back to throw, Purdy. His throw incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Purdy. That is caught, and they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. Here's Purdy. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Bucs will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. He's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
2nd down and 3.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Melton, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And this one is incomplete.
Well, their first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
Looking to throw. Milton, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Purdy. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Purdy from the gun. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Back to throw. Purdy. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
A boost here to start the drive after the penalty. It's 1st and 5. Looking to throw. Milton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Milton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bucs have regained the lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
25 yards that time. Operating from the gun, Purdy. That's caught downfield by Kittle. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And it'll be intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Well, I would guess it combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay! A big play there. Way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bucs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And this is turning out to be something to monitor as this game goes along. That's now 3 touchdown catches for him here in this first half alone. New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. They'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Purdy. That's caught out right by Jennings. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to take over at their own 41. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
The final shot before break. Milton, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports.
And the half will begin with a touchback.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Play action. Now Purdy.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
Pulled in at the 24. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Here we go, set.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Let's go now. Let's go.
And a quick throw here that's complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Right back to him on first down. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. Being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has... And oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A first carry for Rachaad White. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Now a give, right side. Melton. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 113 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive going there. Another nice run by him.
Second and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Melton. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Here's Milton now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Buccaneers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. York able to send this one through. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
Out of the gun, Purdy. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here comes the 49ers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That's pulled in at the 32. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time.
There he goes left side. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
In motion left goes Jennings.
Throwing here, Purdy.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. To throw again on second down.
Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 20-yard line. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Purdy sets up to throw again.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Purdy. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
The Niners on 3rd down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Back to throw. Purdy. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the 49ers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Moody good with the extra point.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And this is going to be a Bucs first down as good running gets them to about the 44. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Here's Milton. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Milton. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on fourth down? They'll go for it. They'll try and run for it. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
Go! Hurt, hurt! This is our last chance. Hurt, hurt.
They'll keep it on the ground. Melton, give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 23. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Now a give, right side. Melton. And down inside the 15 he goes. 211 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a handoff up the middle. Melton. And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Here we go, here we go. Hurt, hurt. Right there, hurt. Reload, reload.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Buccaneers up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Purdy now to throw.
Over the middle, complete. That's Jennings. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Purdy looking to throw.
This one caught by Kittle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking deep for Jennings. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 25-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Now Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 yards for number 11.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he's got it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Chris Godwin.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the 49ers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Moody good with the extra point.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go.
Got it. Ready?
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. Good bounce back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realizes there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
Hey, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is. It's high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into?
This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Tampa Bay, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they'll drop to 0-2.